Hey guys, it's Jill here from Lavender and Friends, your source for essential oil education and inspiration. In this video, I'm going to share with you about how to use the Modern Essentials book and apps. Now, as you know, I always recommend getting some form of a reference book when you start using your essential oils because it's really important to help you know how to use your oils safely and confidently. One of the books that I absolutely love is our Modern Essentials book. Now, this is a really great reference book and it also comes as an app on your phone. And the way it works is actually quite simple. You have a page for each of the oils and it lists facts about the oils, how it works, body systems. You also have a page for each of the blends. Now, because this book is not made by doTERRA, the blend names are generic. If you want to know which blend is which, so for example, On Guard is the protective blend. If you look on my website or also in your welcome email, I would have sent you a document which has the doTERRA names versus the generic names. You then have a page for each of the different conditions and you can look up. Now, when you're doing this, one of the things I recommend is maybe if you can't find a condition, sometimes it's under a different name to what you expect. So if you're maybe having trouble finding something, maybe try and see if it has a different name or it's known by a different name, or because these books are American, if maybe there's like an American version of the name. Now, when you're looking at the condition, what it actually does is it will list several different oils. The primary suggestions are in red, the secondary suggestions are in orange, and other suggestions are in green. So what I suggest is use the oils you already have, preferably the red ones are what you want to start with. And you can also see it's got little symbols. Now, the little symbol of the hand means you're going to be applying the oil topically. The symbol of a little drop means it's internally, and the symbol of the two squiggly lines, that means you're going to be using the oils aromatically. So what you can do is you can flip to the conditions section and you can actually see what oils you want to use, and then you can actually flip back to that particular oil to find out how to use it safely and the dilution ratios. Now, dilution means when we're using our oils, especially if we're using them topically, we want to be diluting them with some form of a carrier oil, like our fractionated coconut oil. That way it's going to help the oil to be carried into our body and not just evaporate away. And it's also going to protect our skin against any sort of skin sensitivity. Now, the way that the Modern Essentials book works is there's actually a color code, and it's quite simple. If the color is green, it means the oil is safe. So that means, generally speaking, a 1-to-1 dilution ratio of 1 drop of carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil. I just basically put a drop of essential oil, drop of some coconut oil, rub it on where I need to use it. Now, if the oil is purple, for example, spearmint has a purple hand, that means it's a 2-to-1 ratio. It means the oil might be a bit uncomfortable. You probably want to dilute it. So again, I would just put a drop of spearmint, maybe 1 or 2 drops of my fractionated coconut oil, and apply it wherever I want to. Now, if the oil is pink, so for example, that's your oregano, your cassia, that means it is a hot oil. That means if you apply it on your skin, it will probably cause a uncomfortable sensation. So you can see how that one's pink. So in this instance, we definitely need to dilute. So at least 3 drops of carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil. Now, if I'm ever applying my oils on a child or someone with sensitive skin or someone who's pregnant, I always do a minimum of 3 drops of carrier oil to 1 drop of essential oil just to play it safe because their skin is more sensitive. Now, the way the app works is pretty similar. I'll just bring it up. And now, there's one thing I'll mention. We actually have those 2 Modern Essentials apps. So I'm going to see if you can actually see. So you've got the Modern Essentials app there, which is the old one. And then you've got Modern Essentials Plus. Now, the old Modern Essentials app, this has no longer available to download. So if you downloaded it while it was still available in English, great, I'll show you how to use it. If you haven't yet downloaded it, then you have to get the Modern Essentials Plus version. So with the Modern Essentials app, this is the old one. You log in and it looks like, I wonder if I turn my screen brightness down. All right, so it looks like this. And what you do is you can simply type in there what you want. So maybe you're wanting to look up the oil lemon. So you can type in lemon. It brings up both lemon and lemongrass. You can click on it like that and it brings the information. You can see here those key to symbols, you can see the different symbols, and you can scroll up and see all the information about the oil. Down the bottom, you have the symbol of a plus. That's the different conditions, and you can click up. You can click up here and you can scroll through all the different conditions. Then we also have here the single drop is the single oils. Then you have your blends. Now, cool thing about this is if you hold your finger down on the blend name, it'll pop up. Hang on. If you hold your finger down on the blend name, like this, it goes pop, and you can actually rename it. So I've gone through and renamed the generic names to the doTERRA name as well. Then further along, the little hand symbol talks about the different ways we can use our oils: topical, aromatic, and internal. And then we've got a little chart for all the body systems, so you can look up via a specific body system. Now, the Modern Essentials Plus app is fairly similar in how it operates. Just takes a little while to log in. The downside, so the upside of the Modern Essentials Plus app is it's all the new oils, all the up-to-date oils. The old app doesn't have any oils prior to, I think, the end of 2017. So it doesn't have Carbaiba, it doesn't have blue tansy, it doesn't have pink pepper or green mandarins. It's got none of the new oils. The downside of the Modern Essentials Plus app, which is the new app, you have to pay a monthly subscription fee to access all the features, which I find kind of annoying. So what that means is when you're looking at the conditions, it only gives you the primary recommendations. If you want the secondary recommendations and the other recommendations, you have to subscribe. If you want to tally what oils you have in your inventory and which ones you have on your wish list, you have to subscribe. So I find it a bit frustrating that it does that, but it is what it is. So we have here, so we've got here our Modern Essentials Plus app. Comes as a wheel, so again you can click here and it takes you to Essential Oil Basics, Application and Charts, which is cool because it does have all that extra information now, which is a bit nice that we didn't have in the old app. Then you've got your single oils, so you can scroll through and see all the single oils. And then we've got our blends, so again we've got all the blends, and you can actually tap and hold and rename it, same as you could last time. Then down here we've got the supplements, but you can't get that unless you have the subscription. Then we've got how to subscribe. That's the button you click on to subscribe. Then here again you've got to subscribe. So many of the features are locked. That's all about the social media stuff, and that takes you to the Aroma Tools website. And then up here you've got the search function, so you can actually search for certain conditions. And it's just a bit annoying how it doesn't let you have the extra stuff. So that's basically a brief rundown of the apps. As I said, I do really recommend getting an app or a book as a reference point. This video is just about how we use the Modern Essentials book, and there's also the Essential Life book and app as well, which is fairly similar. It just doesn't it's a bit more expensive to buy the Essential Life app, but you don't have to pay an ongoing subscription fee. That's all from me. I hope you guys have found this video useful. I hope you have got yourself a reference app now so you're feeling confident in using your oils. Cheers!